This is our second part of analyzing graphs. So here we have the function x to the third minus 3x squared plus 5. So we know that it's an odd, because it's x to the third, and it's positively leading coefficient. So we start up on the right, and then we go 1, 2, 3. So that should be our general outline of our graph. Okay, so we know that. So now what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to make our table of values so we can get what this looks like. So we're going to set up our, just like we would have done synthetic division. So here we have 1, negative 3. Notice there's no x value, so we put a 0 in there for it, and then 5. So this is like our x and our y, and we will just start off with negative 2 to positive 2. And we will go along and do synthetic division through this. So we'll drop down our 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, plus negative 3 is negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10, plus 0 is 10. 10 times negative 2 is negative 20, plus 5 is negative 15. That is way off the graph, so we won't graph it. We'll just jump down to the next one. So we drop down the 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, plus negative 3 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4, plus 0 is positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, plus 5 is 1. So there's our first point that we can graph of negative 1, 1. So there's our point, negative 1, 1. 0, we know we will end up just getting 5. So 0, 5. Plot that one as well. Plugging in 1 now, so we drop down the 1. 1 times 1 is 1, plus negative 3 gives us negative 2. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 0 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 5 is 3. So we can plot the point 1, 3. So there's our point 1, 3. Next value, we drop down our 1. 1 times 2 is 2, plus negative 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, plus 0 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. So there we have the point 2, and then 9, which is off the graph. And when we take a look here, this does already look like the shape that our graph should be in. So we're done. We don't have to do any other extra values. So where do our real zeros happen? Well, here our zeros are going to occur. They are definitely occurring between points. So we did not get any zeros in our y value here. So they occur between negative 2 and negative 1 when x is equal to. And we can see that right here because we jump from a negative number to a positive number, so the 0 happens somewhere between these two values. Alright, our relative max and min. Well, right here is a valley, so this would be a relative min. And this relative min happens at x equals 1. Here would be our relative max. And this happens when at x equals 0. And then our domain and our range. Our domain are our x values, and x is all real numbers. And the range here are the y values, and in this case, it is also all real numbers. And remember, when we have an odd degree, it will be all real numbers for both. It's just if we have an even degree, then our range, it will not be all real numbers, but we'll have to figure out the restrictions.